said that they are trying to get more resources out here on top of the 400 officers currently stationed here to try to help with with this search any way that they can.
Yeah, 11 days and counting. The nation hopes this ends soon. National correspondent Thomas Hoppa live for us in Pennsylvania tonight. Thomas, thank you so much. Police are being very strategic in this search, using both training and technology. Joining us now is Sunny Slaughter, as a federal law enforcement instructor and litigation expert. She's very familiar with this type of experience and expertise. Welcome, and it's so good to have you this evening. You know, the latest report, Sunny, is that the escaped prisoner was spotted 25 miles from the search area with a freshly shaven face. How big of a setback is this for the manhunt?
Well, first, thank you for having me. It is really disconcerting that this has happened, and I am sure law enforcement are having to go back to what we would call the command center, those that are taking the lead, and have a real debriefing around what the new strategy needs to look like. I've read some reports that the sister may have been involved in, but I cannot confirm that. So I just know law enforcement, they're having to go back to the drawing board, rethink their strategy, and try to come up with what they are missing in order to narrow in on this particular search.
Yeah, these latest pictures, it almost looks like he's actually looking into a camera and almost smiling at one point. Do you think he's toying with officers?
I said the exact same thing that you just said. The clean shaven, the smile. Yes, I do believe that he is. But I also want people to understand this is someone that is acting out of desperation. So when you are acting out of desperation, you will do anything. And he is really playing with police, saying, "You haven't caught me yet." But don't worry. I think that everybody should settle down, give law enforcement an opportunity to continue what they are doing and not get involved and engaged. I know people are upset, but we don't want to endanger any other people. And that is what happens when people start taking things into their own hands and they want to get involved. I think we just have to be careful of that, because while they are trying to, you know, do what they need to do to capture him, if others start getting involved, then we have the public that is additionally in danger. And I just want to ask people to just hold on a little bit longer. I
Hmm.
know it's hard. I know. I'm not even there, and I can feel the tension of it.
Oh, for sure. You talked about the desperation that he might be feeling at this point, but he also has some survival skills to speak of. Do you think, though, that he's also getting help out there?
Yes. Whereas I didn't think that he had help before, I do believe that he has had some type of assistance that they didn't know about. And as you stated early, he does have survival skills. Remember, there was information that he hid out up in trees when he was in Brazil, for where he is also charged with a murder. But so he does have some skills that he is using and manifesting and leveling up. I do believe that there may be people helping him. Sometimes the public forgets, even though it might not be family, there are people who are intrigued by this type of activity and these type of criminals, and they want to be involved. So they might be helping him as they are coming across. People might even be leaving things out. I don't have that for sure, but I'm saying that is a potential and a possibility of what could be happening.
Yeah, and you're just looking at this video of him climbing up the wall. You just want to know how he had the knowledge to do that, to crab walk up that particular wall. In the days since his
Yeah.
escape, there have been, as you noted, hundreds of officers searching and even more being called in. This is intensive and extensive search to find him. Give us an idea of what goes on in an operation like this. I know it's tense. It has to be.
So Apparently, there are approximately 400 law enforcement individuals and agencies. So you're thinking federal, state, and local law enforcement. So what they have been doing, what we can't see, is calling in reinforcements. There's a command center, which you see in those white vehicles. That will be the command center, and they're doing operations and strategies, trying to determine one how he got out, and then they're doing what others might be familiar with. It's called a knock and talk, where they are going towards, they are knocking and talking and speaking and engaging with individuals who may have known him, who knew the victims, and they're having those conversations, trying to gather. They're also doing a technology search of the internet to see who might be communicating, what information is being shared. And then they're having to reach out to their resources of state, local, and federal law enforcement agencies to see who they can bring in from various states and get them. So they're taking resources away from other activities in order to focus on this search. And it's a very long and extensive process. And people are having to travel to get there and then, get ready up and out there in the elements. And it's
Yeah,
hot outside.
as we heard on the ground, it's only a matter of time. Sonny Slaughter, thank you so much for checking in and giving us some insight. And I'm sure we'll be checking back with you, especially if this search continues. Thank you so much.
Thank, thank you for having me.
President